Salutations and welcome to a special breaking news section of our global coverage of tennis. I'm your host and we're coming over to your house with a expanding story that has completely taken over social media surroundings, ignited the tennis community, and to be honest, astonished wave to music. Throughout the normally developed whole, the atmosphere of Qatar is receptive to energy. We are just a couple hours away from the official start of the major attraction, activity at the International Tennis Tournament competition in Khalifa. Additionally, in Doha, a squash complex exists. Music, the judicial system is prepared. The illumination are blazing brilliantly. Additionally, the world's leading female athletes, Alina Ryakina, Music Suwa, Instagram and Coco Golf are both situated within the city, but no one. We're talking about forehands tonight. Nobody is discussing the percentage of serves. No, the draw bracket is being mentioned as was made available to the public earlier today. This evening, everyone's attention is focused on the world of tennis, on one magnificent instance that occurred less than an hour ago. There was a musical moment. This specific moment has been officially disrupted. Internet usage in the Philippines led the worldwide X trend and broke away from the Doha Gather press corps is fully occupied. Surprised, this is the headline. It's Ella Alexander. Nevertheless, she did not just appear. She didn't just walk through the folding glass doors of Ahmed International Airport and covertly, the SUV was waiting for you. No, what we merely noticed was a declaration, and music entrance, a declaration of passion. This has developed into the annual assembly of all participants, usually an pleasant, relaxed gala before the sweat and the roughness of the competition begins to enter the main focus of the athletic universe. We have proof that Alexandra Eala, Filipino, age 20, feeling currently situated at a career high ranking of 45th in the world, proceeded without incident, and I mean immediately after she arrived at the celebration. For every participant, but the way everyone is in awe at what was accomplished. Startled music. Let's set the scene. The Open Players Party in Qatar has a reputation for luxury. Regarding this, on this specific evening, the Hope Counter is traded for sporting goods where the fierce competitors engage beneath the Arabian stars. Generally music. Waves of gamers arrive. They've got time to get ready at their accommodations. They have teams of stylists. It is said that Issa's flight to be late coming from her training block touched down just before the end of the red carpet drew near. Most commentators including, I thought that she wouldn't go. The gala, we thought she would visit the motel so she may relax and prepare. Match during the initial round. We were false. Approximately 8:15 p.m. local. Moment, a fancy black car pulled up to the ropes of velvet. The whisper started. Immediately, who was it? Was it the Isamuva and Amanda, the dominant champion? Was a native surprise. Stately appearance, music. Beyond Alexa, the door opened, not putting on sweatpants instead of a tracksuit, yet dressed in a way that can described as the game's conclusion. It is not a scandal to be surprised. I wish to be explicit. The surprise is how much star power she possesses. The youthful. We had long looked at the lady in question. A doll, the rough in the promise. Junior graduate of the academy. Asian tennis. The future. Tonight the future came. She walked out wearing a stunning gown with lengthy blooms. They seemed to shine, using the colors of the Filipino archipelago. Philippines, music a blend of Doha's modern luxury and profound, respecting cultural customs, the depths of the media, generally music. A frenzied shouting of names ceased for a short time before the music explodes like a lightning storm. Exploded. Why is this becoming viral? Why is the phrase seasoned used? What do journalists use on the planet? Snorts. Given that this was more than just a tennis player going to an event, this was the arrival of celebrities, music. It suggested a shift. We are witnessing the Alexandra Eala's transformation went from playing tennis in front of a global symbol right before our eyes. The confidence, poise, and the way in which despite she ordered the carpet, coming in fresh following a long journey, it shows a high level of mental ability and a charisma that makes it hard to instruct. Social media is growing rapidly. At this moment, I'm looking at the streams right now. The Alicut hashtag is popular in New York, Manila, Doha, and London. Music fans are examining the video from all angles. The video shows her getting out of the car has reached 3 million views. Minute 3 million. This is more substantial than the draw ceremony. Music. This is more. In contrast to the practice schedules, this is Alex Eala's declaration to the WTA. 2026 will be more than just another tour year. It's her year. Let's take a short investigation. Additional justification on why this specific arrival is creating such a disturbance. You have to understand the context for the 2026 season. February is present. The Australian Open is. Music ends. It's a grueling journey into the Middle East swing. This is notoriously exhausting. The participants are exhausted. The novelty of a fresh. The season is over. Music in general, the glam factor decreases during this time as gamers focus on surviving and points. Eala's addition of this level of dazzling glitter, the zeal for the trip starts in Doha, which is exactly what required music, but it's also a substantial disruption to the status quo. Throughout history, the Qatar Open has been under the authority of the established European and American superpowers, Kava, Suit, Sabalina Music, and the story is about them. Tonight, a 20-year-old inhabitant of Quezon City gained control of the narrative without utilizing a single tennis ball. We're hearing data from the meeting, music, and we'll start our detailed analysis of later. The room's vibe quickly altered. As she went inside, you have the top 10 players in the globe there. Music time. Grand Slam champions of the year, veterans. And everyone looks at Eala. Music. Perhaps it's a psychological blow, showing that she's not only happy to no longer be present, she is a part of this location. She is the stage's owner. The additional jolt that comes from it is logistically impossible. Music. According to sources, her flight landed less. We were told by the airport that fewer than a half hour before she arrived at the assembling. Customs clearance takes 50 minutes of transportation and showed up flawless. The fundamentals of travel physics is broken. It improves the mystery. Was she on the plane getting ready? Music. Is this a painstaking? Her public relations. The masterstroke was a carefully thought out team, or is it just something that happens naturally? Music. Gen Z's effortless genius. Famous person who is skilled at playing the social media game. A video has been released, spreading like wildfire. Maybe you've observed that she is passing a demonstration of awards. She uses it without pausing to take a selfie. Her eyes are not very large when she examines it. She looks at it briefly, gaze, obnoxious smile, and goes on to stroll. That examination of the half a second is being completed by experts in Twitter body language. That's right. At the moment they're talking about it as the glands that claim it. The internet is positive she's winning the competition based on that one look. Yes, it is hysteria, but the kind of mania that gives rise to legends, and we are unable to ignore the Filipino community in Qatar. Music. We know that Doha comes with a large, vibrant Filipino population working overseas. Music. As soon as news fans were aware that Eala was coming down, allegedly congregating at the airport. However, there is no security for this. Is a straightforward party tactic. Consequently, the supporters who couldn't see her at the moment, the arrivals hall is bursting with the digital world, spreading the virus throughout the stratosphere. For a while, you can feel the pride. Music. It's more than just a game of tennis. The player, dressed in a dress. This is a national portrayal of issues on a high-end stage. Globally, music. Well, here's the state of affairs. Officially, the 2026 Total Energies Open has begun. Using a serve rather than a strut, Alexandra Eala claims that as everyone knows, the gauntlet is a viral. In tennis, the moment doesn't prevail. Competitions. Music. A beautiful gown won't appear attractive on Instagram. Elena. A Sutek forehand serve or a Riakina. Music. The question that all people are pondering whether she can now sustain it. Is this newfound confidence and celebrity influence as a sign that she has gotten better to keep up? Moments of it were observable in Auckland. Prior to the year, we could see the grid in the Australian Open's first round includes even when you lose. But Doha is a WTA 1000 tournament. Music. It's piled up on the field, not one. It's easy to blend in here if she makes use of the same boldness she displayed on the red carpet this evening. We might witness the decade's breakthrough competition. Her surprise is the hook. Look, but the story. Music. The real story will actually occur on the hard courts of the Caliphate. Complex. Music. We will transport a thorough examination. Effort will differentiate the hoopla away from the reality. Our attention will be looking at the numbers. Next, we will look at the draw. We'll look at the factors that make 2026 the crucial, Eala's musical life moment, and the reason for it. This viral party entrance may perhaps be the most important thing she career's psychological ploy. Stay put, adapted, grab some coffee or popcorn, given that we will be examining the Alexandra Eala and the Doha drawing events and, in a way, Asian tennis, something no one else will in the future. The only thing that got viral was the preface. At the moment, the main dish is coming up. Let's take a break then, away from the bright lights of the Doha's red carpet. Additionally, we ground self in the reality of how we obtain in this place to understand why the impending, it's shocking tonight music. You must understand that the route followed by Eala Alexandra, this is not a success story that took place in a single night, despite of what, as shown by the popular tweets, show that this is a description of purposeful, exhausting music and methodical growth. Go back to the year of the outbreak was 2020. Eala, 14-year-old who took home the junior in the Australian Open Championship in pairs. It dawned on us then that she was special. She was left-handed, which is a trait that compares herself to her tutor right away. And Rafael Nadal, her hero, that whip was hers, possessing a feeling of court and a boomy forehand that was considerably older, more than she was. But the process of creating make the transition from junior to professional tour serves as the last resting place for dreams. We have seen several young champions vanish, too frail to handle with the ITF, WTA, and physicality. Tour of the mind grind. Music, it was unsuccessful. Away, she had trouble. Think about her season. In 2024, the year of the grind was upon us. She pursued ITFW 100s with her music. Points in Pune by Victoria Gasta. She was building her body and focusing on the event where music was to be. Fair liability throughout her early years. The Natal Academy of Rafa Manacher wasn't only a place to practice, a forging was applied. She was tempered music. There, the year 2025 came. Another gamer caught our attention. All around music, the breakthrough came in 2025. Everyone may recall the entry for the wild card. Music, the doubt Miami Open. They claimed she was too little. This strength shoves her with hitters. What did she do? Do you? The semifinals were her creation. Music, she triumphed over the major winners. At that moment, the tennis community realized that she wasn't just Filipino potential. Music, she posed a serious threat from the World Trade Organization. Recently, breaking the top 50 2025 was used to validate 5 years of work. Right now we're in February of 2026. She is 20 years old. Her ranking is number 45 in the world of music. This poses a ranking of risks. Why? Since she is no longer the underdog that the top seed selected. Modestly, but she hasn't been protected yet. The top seed from damage. She is the no one desires to float in the attract play. She matches the peel of a banana for a swat or a golf. Music, the viral song of tonight. A junior's arrival signifies their departure. Skin, Issa has been modest throughout. Years, quiet down, head down. I just want to study as what you should do. During interviews, she would say body language changed this evening. The I'm here to win event this evening was the message. A shift in perspective is vital to women's tennis. 80%. The battle, music, listen to the U.S. Open run of Emiranu. Look at this is Bianca Andreescu in 2019. It is based on faith. If Alex is truly believes she is the queen of the ball because she becomes noticeably more. This evening, dangerous on the court. Furthermore, we have talked about the evolution of her gameplay style. Music. Before this feline opened the legal system, Doha has hard courts, but they can also be tough and slow, especially with the chilly desert air in the evening. The outfits are improving. That's right, she is not an idiot who requires a lightning-fast surface. Swiftly a constructivist she is. She produces application of spin. She employs angles. She establishes a court. Music, her. The ag court is being left-handed, spread widely to be an exceptionally strong weapon this week. The startle. What we are seeing online is also a reaction to her physique. If you look, paying more attention to the party's images, she is indeed dressed in a dress. But observe that her shoulders were. Definition, look at the stance. She's had a fantastic off-season. According to her camp, show that she gave careful consideration to explosive strength and mobility of the center. Music, Eala's rendition from 2026 is made to withstand three contrasts. Ryakinna or Sabalenka, she is no longer a teenage who gets worn out after an hour of hard hitting. She's a elite athlete. I'd like to alter mine. Now let's concentrate on something that casual fans might not fully comprehend: significance of the celebration for each participant. At first glance, it seems to be a useless distraction, just rich mocktails that sportsmen are consuming and capturing images. But within this is a battlefield tour. The WTA. A tour is a circus adventure. These women meet each other once a week of the year. There is tension in the changing area. Environment. The players' party is the just neutral ground, but it's also the place where hierarchies are established. Music. The top tables are the best. Seeds. The media observes growing stars by arriving late, demonstrating, straightening music, and showing up with her look. Issa included the social order. It's a move of power, regardless of whether regardless of its intent, it forces the other participants to talk. Music. In her case, it forces the media to focus on her in an activity where music, still being there, is one of intimidation's components. Think about Maria Sharapova. She was responsible for this. She would arrive at occurrences that seem immaculate, better and uncaring. It was interpreted for the court. Music. The opposition thought they were portraying a larger-than-life character. It was done in style by William Serena, Osaka, Naomi, and Alex. Issa is now assuming control. That lineage. In the dressing room, according to music, Qatar is open. The limelight party is especially famous for being lavish. Doha intends to emphasize itself as a location of luxury. Music. That when a participant departs, the coordinators. I love it. Popular as it declares the rivalry, the map that transcends a tennis score. The director of the tournament is probably ecstatic right now, and an ELA clip that gains popularity is valuable. Millions spent on advertising. Music. It presents the most urgent tennis audiences' needs and demographic preferences of Asia's Gen Z digital natives, recalling the direct flight from the airport. Viewpoint. This is the content of renowned rock performers. It implies a busy schedule. Music. Many demand. Being renowned kept me very busy. Somewhere else, I almost made it. Music. It conveys a feeling of importance. Had she been indoors for 3 days, Doha, practicing the arrival in silence, would be reliable but delightful. The haste, timing, and execution, which results in a striking impact in athletics, are dramatic. This must be grounded. Excitement in the brutal reality of the draw. The WTA is the Open Qatar total energy 1000 contest. It is one of the season's fundamental. The specifics. There are amazing deals here. This is a lengthy run. Music able to bring her up from 45th to the top 30 in terms of preparation. The French Open with her. That's the impartial. Let's look at the area in which she's in. Due to Sabalenka Arena's withdrawal, the draw is more open. Interestingly, Sabalenka's the court's effect over these was typically oppressive. With her gone, the top half of the draw becomes a rush. IG Sway is currently accessible. The adorning pole. Doha. She has won many times. She is the final test. If Ella is the SU8 music, Night's viral queen is the ruler of the realm, a potential Ella, and the clash between Sudeka and of style suits the swirling hefty top and relentless movement as opposed to Ella's clever angles to the left and newly revealed animosity. The alternative one is tightened by Alina Ryakinna music. Her serve is the biggest challenge for a one music performer who is 75 meters tall. Like for Ella to beat Ryakinna, she needs to be perfect in her return game. The Ella's back is determined by the virus's appearance. As a target, music fewer leading performers intends to take her down to a peg. Higher-ranked players will want to show that sets aren't obtained by likes her first-round competition in which the appointment on which we are waiting. At the moment, the order of play music is the circular's match. The X factor is the strain. Is she able to accept the sound? To go viral is one thing. Checking is a different story. See 50,000 notifications on your phone following 6 hours of take a nap, go outside and play a game with focus as opposed to a grinder like as Elise Mertens or Saran Cersei. This is a true test of champions. We noticed Red finds it challenging to deal with the noise. Ducano to manage. We witness Goff become into competent in it. That's where Ella is. Junction. It is impossible for us to draw a conclusion at this moment. This comprehensive analysis that omits the Filipino. The phenomenon of culture is fandom. According to the segment's title, the entire, surprised but reality in music should declare the whole Philippines to be merry. One basketball-playing nation is the Philippines. We know this, but Alexandra Eala has established herself as a tennis court in the public consciousness. When she arrives somewhere, she carries a bond spirit in Doha. This is 10 times more intense. Music, the listeners support you'll receive from her. The games this week will be competitive at House. Qatar's support for wild cards. Her supporters were given a present by her moment of viral fame. It validates their support. Music, this proves that their gal has international fame. It is a source of national pride. However, it also improves her shoulders. Weight, aspirations are being carried by her, of a nation that is desperate for athletic achievement on the global platform. Music, historically Asian. In tennis, there have been icons. Osaka Lena. However, Naomi, Southeast Asia has been quieter. Ella is a supporter for music for the region of ASEAN. Her accomplishment in, according to Doha, tennis is flourishing in Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. Music, the coordinators understand this. The WTA is cognizant of this. For this, the cameras were ready. Cause when the car pulled up, music, and they know that ELA is the key to unlocking a massive market. There was more to this arrival as opposed to party music. Entrance, it functioned as a marketing event for the ILA and Asian sports. Executed it flawlessly. Music. While we wrap with this extensive discussion of breaking news, let's take a moment to relax. The dresses will be kept in storage. The red carpet will be rolled up. Photographers are going to pack, switch on their flashlights, then head to the press hub. Tomorrow morning, the sun will come up. Music will rise over the horizon of West Bay. The blue hardcore will be glistening with warmth. To Ella Alexandra and they simply said, the Khalifa complex will be a tennis court. Player in a draw of 64 points while trying to strike a yellow ball over a net. Will she tonight has a certain vibe, is distinct. Vitality has shifted by arriving in such an eye-catching manner. It spreads like wildfire. Alexandra Eala has announced that the moment of greatness has arrived. She has made it challenging to distinguish between athletes and symbols. She has forced the entire globe to pay close attention, but the segment is about to start. I'm sweating now. This is a grind. Everyone must have been astonished by the arrival, transformed into the beginning of an agitated win on the court. We want to see that same fervor, that same conviction, the main character's similar vitality when the third set is lost by breakpoint. Music. The Qatar Open 2026 is formally in advancement. Plots are set up. 1. Sway Tech Music by Rebakina is my favorite. Is the competitor. Alexandra Eala nevertheless is the story to our viewers that are watching, as well as Cebu, Davao, and Manila, the millions of tennis fans. Globally, music don't blink. This contest is anticipated to be distinct. Observe the order. Engage in play. Immediately upon seeing the name ELA on the scoreboard, be mindful because if tonight is any indication, she is not only she's here to participate, to carry out. I will sign as your host. Away for tennis from our headquarters. Everywhere, the festivities are over.